Good morning, everybody, and welcome to vlog number 3. I'm here again with my assistant, Gabby. And we're here to talk about some things again, so... Alright, go ahead, Gab.
Alright, so today we're going to talk a little bit about careers and jobs. So John, when you were little, what was your dream career? What did you want to do with your life?
I actually want to be a sportscaster.
Oh, very cool.
I wanted to do that all the way up until my first year in college here.
Really?
Yeah, so I'm like... But then I realized you gotta go 4 years of communications, and then 3 more of this one. It's way too much.
So you're like, no, that's not what you want to do.
No, I don't want to.
Because, yeah, you like sports a lot, so
yeah,
that's kind of what you wanted to do.
Yeah.
Other than that, is there anything else that kind of captured your eye? I know you were telling me a little bit about culinary.
Yes, I always loved to cook. I always used to cook with my mom. Every time she would cook something, I'd be like, oh, hold on, let me come out there. Let me get out in the kitchen with you. So she would wait till I come out, and I'd go out and hang out with her, and she would tell me stuff, and I would tell her stuff. You know, I was like 12.
So it's kind of like a little bonding thing that you guys did together. That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
So did you ever want to pursue anything related to culinary at all?
I mean, I have, but they shot me down because they said I would be too much of a reliability.
Mm-hmm.
Because cooking is a fast-paced job.
Mm-hmm. It is.
And you gotta keep moving all the time. Move here, there, everywhere. And it's not wouldn't be that easy for me.
Mm-hmm.
And for everybody else, if I'm in a big chair and in the middle of a kitchen, no, it just wouldn't work out.
Yeah,
I get it.
Mm-hmm.
But I also thought about maybe pursuing in like a catering business.
Okay.
Or something like that. Or cook me like meals. I don't know.
So physically, when you help, I know sometimes here you help with cooking, correct?
Yes.
So physically, what are your abilities? Like, what are you able to do, and then what are some things that you might need assistance with?
Well, I mean, when it comes to cooking, I need assistance with everything.
Okay.
But I do more. I'm more vocal.
Okay.
Verbal. I can tell them what to do. I can tell them how much or how little.
Okay.
To put in, how long to cook it for, and all this other stuff.
So kind of like being like managing the process.
Yeah, they're like say if you and I were cooking and I would tell you what to do, you would be like the sous chef and I'd be like the chef.
Okay. Yeah. That's very cool. Yeah, so they're basically like what we're getting at is there's jobs that you might want to do that it really interests you,
Mm-hmm.
but due to, like you were saying, the fast pacedness of it, the danger of,
Mm-hmm.
There's flames going on, there's a lot of different elements that could potentially make it unsafe as well for you or people around you.
Right.
So unfortunately that's something that you cannot pursue at this time. Maybe someday there'd be some accommodations for that.
Maybe. You never know around the way the world's turning out these days. You never know anymore.
Mm-hmm. So going along with jobs.
One more thing.
Yeah.
I've always even recently. This is more recent than younger.
Mm-hmm.
I like to watch. This is gonna sound crazy. I like to watch surgery.
Really?
Videos on YouTube.
Okay.
And I like watching that. I like watching. So possibly thought about being like a surgeon.
Mm-hmm.
All kinds of surgeries. I don't care. But I just it just fascinates me.
Yeah.
The human body is just unreal.
It is. It really is.
You know, I watched a guy get his leg amputated.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's different.
Yeah, wild.
Yeah.
But you need a lot of dexterity skills and have to have a steady hand. And
I mean, if I could, nowadays they're gonna start doing surgery with computers.
Yeah, that's true.
So
that'd be good for you. Yeah, you could be. So that's something that you thought about if you're able to.
If it ever gets to that point.
Yeah. So you could have an adaptation where the computer does the work and you're giving it the directions.
What to do, where to cut, and where to stitch, or where to do whatever.
Yeah, for sure. That's a really interesting thought. So there are jobs out there that really interest you, but
Mhm.
sometimes there's not the ability or the technology for you to fully be able to do it independently.
Right.
So what are some other jobs that you've had in the past, and what are your experiences with those? Like, think back to like your first job. Can you let
I've
us?
had little odds and end jobs.
Okay.
Like, used to be a store up in our mall. It was only like a seasonal job. It was
Okay.
for GameStop.
Oh, nice.
Um, I worked there for like the whole Christmas season.
Oh yeah, they're
From
busy.
like
They're busy during
November,
that season, definitely.
like from November or whatever, to the end of December. That was fun.
Okay. What kind of things did you do for that job?
Well, I was just the guy that sat out in front of the store with the pamphlets and
Okay.
handed them out.
Yeah.
And told them, and if people ask me, need to know stuff, and they can't get into the stores, I have to provide them with the information they ask.
So you had all the intel.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Nice, nice. All right. So GameStop. What other jobs have you had?
I actually worked for Worldwide Photography,
Okay.
and I was a person who worked with the Easter Bunny. Again, another holiday.
Really? Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So what'd you do with them?
I actually was at a computer. I had to put in the information, which package they wanted to buy, and process it.
For the Easter Bunny?
Mhm.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it was fun.
What do you mean though?
What do you mean?
Like for Easter presents, and the Easter Bunny would.
No, the photos.
Oh well, you didn't
And
say
it-
that. You just said you worked for the Easter Bunny. You got to give me some details. I'm like, please tell me what the Easter Bunny assistant does.
Yeah, I mean the people that had their kids
Oh, okay.
took the pictures with the Easter Bunny. I processed their orders of pictures of what they wanted.
Nice. Okay, that's really cool.
Yeah,
That's
so
a
it
cool
was pretty.
job. Did you get to like see them take the pictures and everything?
Oh yeah, I was sitting right in front of the Easter
Yeah,
Bunny.
that's probably enjoyable to see all the kids like light up while you.
Yeah, or scream.
Yeah, that too. I guess I was thinking more of the positive side.
Right.
But yeah, yeah, or scream.
There wasn't too many screamers.
Okay, that's good.
Not when I was.
That's good. Any other jobs that you've had in the past?
I just was with a group called Landmark
Okay.
Event Staffing. I was with there for 9 years.
Oh wow.
Yeah, but then, but I love that job. We work Steeler games, Panther games, football and basketball.
Oh nice.
We do anything, concerts.
So I think you touched on this a little bit. So what would you do exactly for them?
Depends on, well, I guess not depends on the sport, because I guess all of it. They're telling the people where to go, telling people where their seats are, or I need to find out where a bathroom is. Can you tell me where the nearest bathroom is? Or stuff like that.
Okay. Very cool. So with some of these jobs, are there any barriers or things that you kind of ran into that you could kind of touch on?
Kind of. I mean,
Some of these jobs, they seem like they pertain to you and your knowledge, so you were able to.
right. The only thing I couldn't do is for the Landmark, I couldn't like go after people,
Okay.
because sometimes you had to run after people and tackle them. And,
Really? If
Yeah.
they're like, yeah, like on the field, if they were jumping on them,
Yeah.
or something like that.
Like if you see somebody going across the field
Yeah.
naked, running across the field,
Yeah.
not only other
You
cops
could run them
chase-
over, or.
Yeah. Not only the cops are after them, our guys are after them too.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
So if cops run one end, the other Irish guys come to the other end.
hmm
So he's no way out. But yeah, I couldn't do it. That's the only barrier.
If we make this chair into hyper mode, you could just run them over.
Yeah, I could.
All right. Okay. Well, that's cool. What about, so how long typically were your shifts? Because I know you do need some assistance setting up for mealtime or going to the restroom or things like that. So can you talk a little bit about like your scheduling and things like that as far as that goes?
When I worked for the first two jobs, they were only like 4-hour shifts,
Okay.
part-time 4-hour shifts. But
Were they in the morning, in the afternoon? Like
At
what
night.
time? At night? Okay.
Yeah, because that's the busiest time. Of course, they put me on the busiest time.
Mm-hmm.
That's how that works. But for Landmark, it was 8 to 12 hours,
Okay.
anywhere in between.
Gotcha. So what did you do for meals?
I mean, 9 times out of 10, when I worked at Landmark, I didn't eat.
Really?
Yeah. But
Because you would need to pack the food and.
yeah, or I mean, if it's a game, I can always use my money to buy food.
Okay.
Because a lot of times when they place you at the football field, they put you right in front of the concession stands.
Okay, that's nice.
No, it's not. Especially if you don't eat.
Oh, okay. Well, you said if you could buy food, though.
If I had the money, yeah.
Okay, but so you could just smell it and then you weren't eating.
Oh my god.
So did they, when you eat, typically it's cut up and then you use your extended fork, correct?
Yeah, here.
Okay.
But
so when you're out in the community, what do you do? Because that's what's recommended for you and your safety to do that.
Right.
Okay.
Here, for the most part.
Yeah.
They say to do it there, outside.
Well, yeah.
But it depends on where you're going.
Okay.
You know.
You don't always have that.
No, we don't have the luxury to do that all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Like a Landmark, if for some reason I didn't get to eat, they had to help me.
So would your...
No, there's actual work, like Landmark people.
So your coworkers and stuff would help you out?
Yeah,
Okay.
they didn't mind.
Yeah.
I thought they would at first.
Yeah.
They don't know me. Why am I feeding you for?
And I'm sure it's hard to ask for help because you're an independent. You like to be independent, and you don't know them, and they're not. Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Gotcha. I think a lot of people don't know the different things that people who are able-bodied take advantage of some luxuries we're able to have. So we can go out and eat wherever, but so basically we have a speech therapist, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she evaluates you and our OT on what might be the best way, the best consistency, the best way to eat for you, so to prevent choking, or our OT, occupational therapist, the best way for you to be as independent as possible to eat with your fork. That's why you have your extendo, things like that. So when you're out in the community,
it's more fast paced.
Yeah.
You don't have the time like you would if you're here. Mm-hmm. Especially if it's a game, it's 3 hours long. I mean, yeah, I guess you could. Mm-hmm. But I would be spending most of the time playing. I'd be spending most of the time eating.
Yeah, because how long does it take
takes me
you
forever
to eat a meal?
Sometimes an hour.
Okay.
You know, and that's.
Is that just because the process of you having to pick it up and
stop because it gets tiring?
Yeah.
So I gotta take a couple bites, and if I get tired, sit and wait for a few minutes, let my body relax, and then keep going.
Yeah. But you want to keep doing it because otherwise, if you don't continue, you might lose that skill to be able to eat independently too, right? So.
Yep.
Any other barriers or maybe success stories or anything that you have as far as job stuff?
Not really.
Is it easy to find a job?
No. Not even close. People don't think about hiring people with disabilities.
Isn't there like a specific law that it's like a discrimination law that they have to provide you with specific accommodations? Yeah. But there are ways around it that people definitely
but there's a lot of employers that say that they can accommodate people with disabilities. But then I would go to them and talk to them, and they'd say no.
Okay.
They put it on their little advertisement about the job, but then you go to them and they tell you no. Like, you can't do that. That's false.
Because they don't. There's so many different disabilities out there and so many levels of function, but I'm sure because of the physical aspect, a lot of times, do you feel like your physical abilities is why they feel that it's not?
They watch as they interview me, see what I can do and what I can't do.
Yeah.
And they notice that I can't really move that well.
And that's hard for you because you understand that,
right?
But you also need a job, and
I also need to at least try.
Yeah.
But
for sure,
that's how that works.
So let's get into COVID.
Yes. The dreaded vid.
Yeah, the vid. So during COVID, everybody was shut down, and there wasn't really, people didn't even go into work. So can you give your experience of just everything with COVID? How did you feel? What happened? What are some? Were you able to come out of your room? Like, tell us about it.
COVID was tough for us because we weren't allowed to go anywhere. We're not even allowed to leave the house. We couldn't even go outside, like just out here to our patio.
Why?
They were just afraid that COVID might be in the air,
Mhm.
and so they didn't want us to go out.
So, like, I think we talked about this before, but so a lot of people who were not living in a type of facility, they were able to kind of really do what they wanted to an extent. You could still have people over, you were still
Right.
able to do that. But for you guys, there was literally a regulation from the state saying what you can and can't do.
Right.
So your population was probably the most isolated, I'd
absolutely.
say. Right?
And us nursing homes.
Mm-hmm.
If you want your family member, like my mom, when she came one time during COVID.
Yeah.
And she sat outside my window.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's not cool.
Mm-hmm.
That wasn't very nice.
And your room is only so big, so...
Yeah, I kind of get the idea why.
Oh, yeah, for
they
sure.
did that, but I think sometimes they took it a little too far. But...
Well, another thing is just social isolation. Like, people need human interaction, So what interactions did you have? You said your mom was in the window.
Just my mom.
And then staff.
Staff and their residents.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And we all got sick of each other after a while.
Yeah.
And then during COVID, we had to eat separately. We had to literally eat 6 feet apart. Me and another resident had to sit in the living room and eat 6 feet apart.
Mm-hmm.
And the other 4 had to sit in the kitchen.
Okay.
But yeah, it had to be 6 feet apart.
Yeah.
Which is rough. Especially for staff, because we were there, but we're so far apart.
Yeah.
If you had to help one and somebody else needed help, normally we're real close.
Oh, yeah, because a lot of people living with you, most of them need assistance with eating, so they were kind of just going back and forth anyway.
Well, the first few months, first month I think it was, they actually made us do shifts of eating.
Really?
Like there's only 6 of us, 7 of us,
Mm-hmm.
and only 6 of us eat. So
they gave you a specific time that you had to
said,
eat.
we want you 3 here out now. Then once you're done eating, the other 3 can come out and eat.
Wow.
That was rough. Because a lot of our guys, a couple of our guys take a little longer
Yeah.
to eat, so we had to wait till that person got out of the kitchen.
Wow.
And sometimes you eat for about an hour and a half,
Mm-hmm.
2 hours. Meanwhile, there you are, starving to death.
Yeah.
But
So that's another thing. Like, I eat when I want, but you have specific times where staff can help you, and that's like what you were told, and you had to do it, and that takes away from your decision making and being able to do what you want when you want.
Right.
Which I think we all definitely felt to an extent, but you guys, for sure, was definitely a lot harder on.
I think we all gained cabin fever.
Yeah.
Like we were all going crazy.
I bet. What about doctor's appointments? Did they shut those down, or did you guys still go out for doctor's appointments?
Virtual.
They were all virtual.
Virtual camera.
Wow. So what kind of, if you don't mind sharing, if you don't want to share, that's really fine. Do you have like regular doctor's appointments that you have to attend, or?
Yeah. I mean, it depends on the situation.
Okay.
Yeah. I go see my PCP once every 4 months.
Okay, just to kind of check in.
Yeah, unless there's something wrong.
Okay.
But other than that, yeah, no.
So really just PCP. Did you have like regular eye checkups or?
Eye checkups once. No.
Okay.
We didn't even go. We went to the eye doctor probably a year after It probably took about a year and a half, 2 years before we were able to go back to the eye doctor.
And is that because they?
Because it was just the regulations. And then once we were allowed to go, then we...
The regulations that the state gave you guys? Or the regulations
The
for...
Berlin.
Really?
Yeah.
So, the company in which you live didn't want you to go out because they were afraid that you would bring it back.
Right.
And then everyone...
Even though we were all allowed to leave...
Yeah.
They still were iffy.
Mm-hmm.
We were allowed to go outside
at that point.
Okay. So we were glad about that, but other than that, it would be virtual.
Well, it's super frustrating to have other people make those decisions for you, for sure. But I get that because they're trying to keep other people who maybe aren't, who live with you safe and staff safe, but in the same breath they're taking away your human rights and freedom, yeah, by telling you what you can and can't do.
Right.
Yeah.
Or what bothered me was some of this, like, staff here work 8-hour shifts, and they can go home. And there's still a chance of it coming back.
Of course, yeah.
Because they're, like,
and they can still go, like...
They can go places in their own, it's their free will.
Yeah.
But there's still a chance of bringing COVID in because the staff.
You have 12 staff going home every night, seeing their families, doing all that stuff, but then you guys weren't allowed to.
Right. And that's how we got COVID. That's how everybody got COVID.
Because the staff brought it back. Yeah. So it was kind of like at that point...
We actually did the opposite of what we were supposed to do. We should have did.
Yeah. Yeah. But you sacrificed your life, per se, for a little bit. And that's, I mean...
Yeah.
You can't really blame you can't blame staff for seeing their family. You can't blame, but it's just stinks that you guys didn't have that opportunity when everybody else did. Right. So all the people telling you what to do and what you can and can't do, they were going off and doing whatever they wanted.
Right.
For sure. So.
Absolutely.
So that's probably definitely frustrating.
Oh, beyond belief.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry about that.
But it's over now and we're here.
Yeah, well, it's still going on, but everyone's eased up, and
it
is what it is.
Yeah, as long as it stays out, we're good.
How did you feel, like, emotionally? Did you feel like you were socially isolated?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. You just felt like... I was diagnosed a couple of years ago with, like, depression.
Okay.
Mild case of depression. And that's made it worse.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
And that's like, I talk to my doctors all the time about it. Not the PCP, I see psychiatrists and psychologists.
Mm-hmm.
I'm missing more psychologists. But, yeah, the guy was like, yeah, it will definitely do it. Being isolated in your house. There was one point we couldn't leave our rooms.
Oh, wow.
Or they couldn't come in visit. Like, a resident usually comes to see me all the time.
Yeah, your friend comes in and you guys hang out.
Yeah, talk about football and stuff.
Yeah.
He wasn't even allowed to. He had to sit at the door.
Wow.
Yeah, which is tough.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, not that it doesn't really matter. I mean, it's only 5 feet difference, but
yeah,
it's just the fact that
you weren't allowed.
Yeah.
Like someone said, if somebody says you can't go in there, you automatically are like, why can't I? What?
Right.
You're automatically like, want to because they can't. So you literally had to stay in your rooms.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Well, you guys share a bathroom too, so what was that like? Did they disinfect it in between, or?
No. Yeah. Well, I didn't use the shower when we had COVID.
Oh, okay.
I had to go use another shower.
Really?
Yeah. Which makes no sense because I'm still gonna be sharing a bathroom with somebody.
Yeah. Interesting.
Never really thought about that until right now, but hey, whatever.
Yeah, sorry, I'm bringing it up. But yeah, so a lot of different changes with that, and then for jobs, I'm sure they didn't have those opportunities.
Everything was closed.
Even more. Yeah.
Everything was closed. All jobs were closed, just about almost.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so.
And then some, I know you don't attend one, but some people like have schooling or they go to a day program or...
Well, I went to college. When I went to college...
During COVID?
Yeah.
Were you doing it online?
Yeah, I had to do it online.
Okay. Because you had to.
Yeah, because of COVID.
Okay.
Well, I know one class, there's 16-week classes. The first 4 weeks, I was able to have it in class.
Okay.
And then I get an email from my professor 4 days before class saying that we had to go virtual.
Wow.
So, and then the rest of the time, all virtual.
Yeah. And I don't know about you. That happened to me too. I had to take my last semester online for school, and it was very difficult because I don't learn that way. I'm a very hands-on learner. So doing stuff all online, did you prefer that method, or you feel like it was harder?
I like doing it that way.
Well, because you love the computer and you
Right.
love. Yeah.
Right.
So you did like it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I could do it at my
But
pace.
you were missing out on that social
Yeah.
aspect.
Yes. Absolutely. Doing it here, I can do it at my own pace.
That is nice.
But
At your own pace, they might not have given you that little extra push either, huh?
Right. Yeah.
So yeah, COVID definitely was a huge impact. All right.
Yeah.
I think that's it for today.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks, Gabby. As always.
You're welcome.
Okay, guys. Like and subscribe to my channel and like this video. It's vlog number 3. Alright, I'll talk to you next time.
See you next week.
Bye-bye.